guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited you guys decided to join me on this lovely day where we're building in The Sims 4. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm so excited you decided to join me today. Every Sunday I upload speed builds in The Sims, so sorry if you can hear my garage door opening. Apparently my sister decided to take the most loud way out that she possibly could. But I do that. I do Stardew Valley Expanded Let's Plays on Wednesday. I'm like almost through this first year summer. I do about 2 days per episode. And then I also, in the summer, because I'm a teacher, I have a lot of free time. So I've been uploading on Fridays as well, at least throughout the month of June and probably throughout the month of July. And yeah, so that's just a little plug. And if you haven't subscribed yet, would mean a lot to me if you were to do that and give this video a thumbs up. I never do those like call outs this early in the video. But now let's start talking about the actual apartment, because we're a minute into it and I haven't talked about the apartment yet. So this is an apartment I imagined for a bi sim and their partner. And I imagine that it's kind of a messy relationship. Like they got this apartment together. Now they're stuck in this lease. They're not really, they're like an on again, off again couple. And right now they're off again. And so there's 2 bedrooms. And so there's a guest, it's kind of set up as a guest room, but also I imagine the partner was sleeping. And then there's this bathroom where like all of the primary Sims like stuff is cluttered all over. And I imagine it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just kind of think this is a fun idea. It's not something that obviously would want to happen in real life, but like in The Sims, it's kind of like a fun drama story to tell. And we're starting in the bathroom. I don't normally start in the bathrooms, but I think recently I've been focusing on the bathrooms. Just kind of they're fun and they're kind of almost like repetitive to decorate, but there's little like intricacies that can kind of influence how I want to build the rest of it. And so you'll see I put like that fitness stuff painting above the toilet, and that I imagine that the primary sim that lives here is from kind of like Oasis Springs or kind of like the deserty area. And so that was like a picture from home. And now we're going into the kitchen. All of the spaces in this apartment are really like squared off. It's kind of like an older apartment that's kind of has some updates. It's not like run down by any means, but it's definitely not like the fanciest high-end modern apartment that like the building kind of looks like. Living in this one, you'll have lively neighbors. Oh, I also gave them a dog. I imagined that the primary sim had like a little chihuahua or kind of like a little rat like dog. And so I give them that. And now we're just kind of cluttering up the kitchen. Put some like flour and spice and cookie jars on that counter. Some cereal boxes. A whole bunch of other like just miscellaneous clutter to make the kitchen seem like lived in. Because it's like a very tight space. And if you're having 2 Sims who are like on opposite schedules and not necessarily getting along, it's definitely gonna end up looking a little cluttered. And so that's kind of what I wanted to put off here. It's also a very small, relatively small kitchen. I mean, there's a lot of like space. There's like 1 counter that you can cook on. I usually only leave like 1 counter open to cook on anyway. But it's very much filled to the brim with lots of good clutter and whatnot. I think I then throw down a rug from the high school years pack. And then we go into the dining room. Well, actually, I think I decorate some of the hallway first. Yeah, I put like a broom and dustpan up and then a welcome mat. And that's pretty much it because I wanted to make sure that this was functional. I didn't want to over clutter it. You also won't see me put up any curtains in the guest room or the dining room in the speed build, but in the screenshots you'll be able to see them. And also if you want to download this build on the gallery, all of the information to download it will be linked in the description, or you can just search my origin ID. They'll also be on it for that. But similarly to the kitchen, or the hallway, I didn't really want to over clutter the dining room. I thought about pulling out like those skateboards, but I ended up getting the bi crochet like knit wall tapestry, and then I do some mismatched chairs, and then I try to find a fun rug, but I end up with just going with a laundry day stuff pack rug. It's like my frequent go-to. And then I did the pastel pop like tablet, and then we go into the living room, and the living room is tight. I gave them like this big TV and the kids stuff pack, like TV ottoman, TV stand, there's the word, and then like a high school year's couch, because I want it to seem like they like I just threw blankets over the edge, because I feel like that's so realistic. And then we're just trying to cluttering up. Here's where I end up actually using the skateboards, and then we get some plants and then like a chair, and here I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the lighting. But both of the builds that I've done in these buildings, the last one I think I did was the astronaut build, and I'll link that here in a card for you guys. But the lighting is so weird, and I'm not quite sure what was happening, but I ended up like switching the lighting to try to get it to work right. Not sure if it did or not. And you also put some balls around for the dog. And then I put like a gallery wall up behind the TV. I imagine that maybe the partner is from like Hempford on Bagley, or like some Scottish or Ireland like background. And then I did something really fun that I don't frequently do in bedrooms. I didn't put the bed up against a wall, and I didn't like put like a half wall behind it or anything. I just shoved it close to the window, and then I find like these canopy lights that come in high school years and kind of make like this really cool and cozy, excuse me, I'm yawning, it's around the time where I normally lay down in the day, really cool and cozy like bedroom space, just to kind of make it a little bit different. And then I got a hanging plant, a fun accent wall, and then I put up some of those like painted brick. I end up putting that in the other room as well. And then we get a dresser, and I clutter up the top of the dresser. I put a little mirror off to the side, and then a little dog bed down. Oh, and I also pull out another Pride thing, because this is my last Pride build. If you didn't know, I posted all of my speed builds this month were Pride influenced, and so I'll add a couple cards to a couple of them. So I had like a pansexual polycule, I had an ace apartment, and then I also had a lesbian penthouse, and then a gender fluid tiny home. So this is my 5th one, and I really enjoyed doing this series. It's kind of fun, and it's kind of having me incorporate those stuff we got in that free base game update. But oh my goodness, another big yawn. I put up a Lindsay speaker and the plants, but it's gonna be fun to kind of step out of that and step back into kind of more of my normal. Not that this is necessarily outside of my normal, but not have a heavy focus on the queer and the people in the LGBTQ community. And now we're going into the guest room, where like it is kind of set up like a guest room, but you can kind of see that like the partner's probably taking it over a little bit. I imagined that they're like work from home, or like they're I put a computer in here is basically what I was trying to say. I don't know necessarily if they work from home or not, but I put a computer in here so that they could do their like job tasks. I also put the Woohoo game in here, which I thought was kind of controversial. Maybe like they play it with their ex-partner sometimes, or they invite over others and they play it, and that just sounds like a hot mess. But we are getting to the end of this build. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just a reminder that if you like this build and you want to see more like it, definitely hit the like thumbs up button, and also hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys all so very much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!